Welcome back to Explore. I'm Sarah, and like it or not, the holidays are just around the corner. So if you're like me and you like to start shopping early, or maybe you're a last minute shopper but you want to file these away for later, today I'm going to be sharing with you our holiday gift guide of our favorite toys and gifts for our kids who love to travel. So to make this video easier for you, I have broken it down into age groups. So I will be talking about gifts for 0 to 2, 3 to 5, and 6+. So you can skip ahead to your age group if you want, but also keep in mind that all kids are different, and some toys that are good for babies might also still be good for those 3-year-olds, or even sometimes our 5-year-old loves them, that there can be a little bit of fluidity between those age groups. So keep an open mind, check out all of those age groups, and see if you can find the perfect travel-related gift for all the little ones in your life. And before I jump into that 0 to 2 age group, I also want you to keep in mind that this video is not sponsored. I do not have affiliate links. These are just things that we have actually purchased and used for our kids on our travels, and things that I think the kids in your life will also enjoy while you're out and about on your travels. All right, so with that, let's jump into that 0 to 2 age group. And the first thing is specifically for those babies, especially the ones who are teething, and that is teething straws. So unfortunately, I have given ours away because our kids are out of that baby stage of life, but I have plenty of videos of Delaney using them. We took them with us on our trip to Paris, and they were very small, very compact, and an easy thing for her to bend in half, to chew on, to help with those teething teeth. And they also serve as a straw, so we could also have given one to Haley if we wanted, so she could use a straw for her drink. They have a lot of purposes. They are very inexpensive and something that your little kids will absolutely love. And next up for that 0 to 2 age range is these indestructible baby books. We loved these books when our girls were little, even into age 2 or 3. They are really great for travel because they are super small. They don't take up a lot of room. I have 3 here, but I think we had maybe 6+ of these because they are relatively inexpensive. And like I said, they don't take up a ton of space. And although the size and the price is a great benefit, another one of these is, like I said, they are indestructible. You can put them in the dishwasher. Your kids can chew on them. They can't be ripped. They can't be pulled apart. They are really great books. And like I said, although our kids really aren't in the age range for this anymore, they are still coming out with new ones of these all the time. So these are a really great, easy gift that you can give the little kids in your life that are perfect for travel. And my last travel toy for that 0 to 2 age range is a busy book. So this one is a little intense and can honestly even go up into that 3 to 5 range. So it's a good bridge between the 2 age gaps, but it is a book that comes with all different kinds of stuff. These are all Velcro pages, or they have snaps. These letters are Velcro, so you can just put them on there. It's a lot of Velcro things. So this one is actually a little bit more advanced. We did have a different one that is a little bit smaller and doesn't take up quite as much space as this one, because this one is rather large, but it had a lot more of the buckles, which specifically for Delaney was her personal favorite form of entertainment. For like a solid 6 months, she would buckle, unbuckle, buckle, unbuckle. It was amazing. So anything that they can play with their little hands and snap in. The zippers are great. It can help them work on their fine motor skills. It can just be a really great form of entertainment. Specifically for road trips, we found this to be super helpful. It would take up a lot of space in your backpack if you are trying to fly with this, but if you have the space, this can be a great tool. There are a lot of options out there. Like I said, we have 2 of them, and pick the one that is best for the kid in your life, but this is something that we have truly loved when we were out and about on our travels. All right, now we are going to move on from that 0 to 2 age range and up into the 3 to 5 age range. And the first thing I'm going to show you is something that we just recently purchased, and I am super excited to take on our next trip, and that is this mini light bright. So it has a couple of options on the back. It has off, a create mode, and then it has a game mode. I will be honest, we have not really explored the game mode all that much because the create mode has been so much fun. But you turn it on and it's going to be kind of hard to see, but you can see the lights flashing, and you just press the buttons, and when you press the button, it changes color. So you can make all different sorts of designs. Honestly, the girls right now just love to turn it all one color, or Haley likes to make patterns with it. But we gave this to them on our road trip home from the beach a couple of months ago, and I don't think they talked to us the whole ride home. They just were pressing the buttons. So this is a super great, super inexpensive toy. It doesn't take up a ton of space. So we do probably plan to fly with these when we go to Switzerland in a couple of weeks. But this is something that we really loved, and I think kids in that 3 to 5, maybe even 2, because Delaney is still only 2.5, but this is a really great gift, and it has lots and lots of possibilities with it. And the next toy for this 3 to 5 age range group, again, this could go down to 2, it could go up past that, is these mini magnet tiles. So magnet tiles are amazing. Our whole generation is obsessed with it, but they have made a smaller version. So this version is not as big, they don't take up a ton of space, and they are perfect for throwing in your bag for travel. I divided the setup that we got into 2 of these pouches, so we bring them with us. I can throw one in my purse. I also often keep one in our diaper bag, so when we go to restaurants, the kids have something to play with. But we really like to avoid screen time when we are in restaurants. We are a little more lenient when we travel, but we like to try to just have them be creative and do things with their hands that they can play with. So we love these mini magnet tiles. The one downside that I find to them is that they are rather heavy because they are made of magnets. So that is my one downside to these, but we do really love them. They are great, and I think honestly these are something that you could give a kid at 2 and they will use forever. I mean, honestly, Andrew and I like playing with them just as much as the kids do, so these are just an evergreen toy and they are fantastic. All right, our next gift that you can give a kid in the 3 to 5 age range is a map. And there are all different kinds of maps, but I think if you know a kid who loves to travel, they are probably going to be fascinated by maps. And this is actually just a placemat that we found on Amazon. This one is specifically of Europe, but they have the United States, Asia, Mexico. They have lots of different options, so you can look and see what they have and what is best for you. But we have this at our dinner table, and the kinds of discussions that it has sparked between our kids and us has been truly incredible. Even Delaney, who is only 2.5, she can find maybe like 6 or so countries on the map, and she is right every time. So this just is a really fun conversation starter. It's fun for those kids who are curious about travel. I also really like it because it is a placemat. We can also write on it with dry erase markers. So we have been able to show like, oh, we flew from the Dublin airport to Paris, and that's how far this flight was. You can kind of tell a story through writing on it. It also has a blank side on the back, so you can try to test your knowledge without having the countries labeled. So this is something that we have found to be really cool, but whether it is something small and inexpensive like this, or buying them an actual map poster for their rooms, a globe, if they are interested in travel, having any kind of map is super cool. So do some research. We love this really cheap option, but there are lots of things out there. So maps for kids are fantastic. And the last thing that I'm going to throw into this 3 to 5 age range that again will also be great for kids as they get older is some kind of travel journal. So this is something that I started on accident with Haley, and I'm going to be making a whole video about this specifically in the coming weeks and months. But I bought this butcher paper notebook from Walmart for $1 before we went to Paris on our first international trip. I thought maybe she could color in it. I don't know. We took it on the plane. We didn't use it the whole trip until the plane ride home, and I sat down and I was like, I want you to tell me your favorite things about Paris. So I wrote Haley's favorite things about Paris, and I wrote 4 things. Now we are really fortunate that we have this photo printer. It's made by HP, so we can print like photo stickers, and that's what we use to make this travel journal. But you can also send pictures to the pharmacy, CVS, Walgreens, and just cut them down, order a smaller size, like a wallet size, and put them in here. And this is something that we've ended up doing for almost every place we've been. We have, Naples, we have London, and it is such a fun way to sit down with Haley when we come home from our trips and for her to talk about her favorite things that she experienced, and years later for her to go back and sit and look through this and see all of her experiences all in one place. Now, we have been using this pretty religiously since December of 2023. So because of that, we decided to level up a little bit. So if you want a little bit of a nicer gift for the girls for Christmas, I got both of them a travel journal. Now theirs say their full names at the top. So I actually personalized them and made it say travel journal. I ordered this from a company called Papier, P-A-P-I-E-R. I have ordered some journals from them in the past. You can customize them and personalize them. And I figured this way with a spiral bound notebook, it would have a little bit more space for those pictures as we continue to put them in there. But it's something that Haley really loves to do when she travels, and I'm really excited to start doing it with Delaney. So both of the girls are going to be getting one of these travel journals for Christmas. Please don't tell them if you know them. But this is something I'm really excited about and something to continue doing with them, because as parents, we are always looking for ways to open up discussion with our kids and to sit down and have that time to reminisce about our travels, our experiences, things they tried, things that they did were kind of scary, and come up with a way to put them into a travel journal is just really special. So I am most excited about this gift for Christmas this year, and I thought it's something that you guys might like as well. All right, now let's move into that 6+ category, and we are going to start off with a book series that we are obsessed with. It is actually something that we started reading to Haley when she was around 4 years old, but it's something that once she learns to read, she can do more independently for that 6, 7+, and that is the Magic Treehouse series. So Haley has read all 40 of these with Andrew. They are chapter book stories about a brother and sister, Jack and Annie, who have a magic treehouse in their backyard, and it takes them to all different places around the world. This one is Pirates Past Noon, Mummies in the Morning, Night at Dawn, Dinosaurs Before Dark. So this is the book series that inspired us to go to Pompeii on our Italy trip last year. I think my favorite moment about this series is there is one about Shakespeare in the Globe Theatre, and I forgot that that was even something that was in London, and we were in London walking down the Thames, and all of a sudden I was like, oh my gosh, that's the Globe Theatre. And Haley, out of nowhere, age 4, jet lagged, literally had just gotten to London, she goes, oh yeah, Jack and Annie went there with their friend William. And I was like, oh, so we are learning things from this book series. So it is something that I found has just really taught Haley a lot about different cultures, about different countries, all different kinds of things in history. So we really love this series, and it's something that I think the kids in your life will enjoy as well. All right, next up for those 6+ kids is a book about countries. So these 6+-year-olds, they're in school, they're learning, they're reading, their brains are so curious. And one of the reasons that we love to travel is because it is an incredible learning opportunity. Every country has its own unique language, food, culture, so many different things, and getting some kind of book to help help your kids learn more about those cultures that you're visiting or that you could visit is such a great gift. So this is something that I've picked up for Haley for her birthday. So when she turns 6, she will be getting this. Again, please don't tell her. But in this book, it is broken down by all the different continents, and there is a page for each country. It includes a map, it has graphics, it talks about the culture, their traditions, so the foods you can expect there. And although it is not a complete comprehensive overview of each country around the world, it is enough to get your kids excited, to get them interested, to see how all the different countries are different. And I think this will just be so much fun for Haley to look at and learn more about. And again, another way to get good conversation and discussion going between us and her. So I am excited for this book and all the different learning opportunities it's going to bring for our family. And the last thing I'm going to recommend for a kid in that 6+ age range is some kind of camera. So you could go with something like one of these Polaroid cameras. These are super fun. It's a great way for kids to capture their own memories. They are kind of bigger and bulkier. They also have smaller digital cameras. We do have one. I don't know where it is right now, but they have lots of cheaper cameras out there if you want your kids to start learning to take pictures or videos. And like I mentioned in one of my camera videos, we are letting Haley use our GoPro a lot more often so that she can record her own videos on her trips. So if you want to get your kid some kind of camera or buy them like a used older model of something like a GoPro, that can be a great gift option too if you want your kids to start documenting their own experiences and travels. And I know that camera one is a little bit more on the pricier end, but if you are looking for something that you think your kid will really like, then I think this is a great gift option. So that wraps it up for my 2025 holiday gift guide. These are all of our favorite travel items that we have used for our kids. As you can see, we have all of these things or have had them, as you've seen from the clips. So these are things that we have loved, we have used, we have purchased all of this stuff ourselves, and hopefully some of these are things that you could see your kids loving and using as well. So I hope you found this video helpful and that you're getting excited for the upcoming holiday season. And if you did find this video helpful, please make sure that you give it a like. And if you want to follow along to see us use a lot of these items in action on our trips, then make sure you hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bells to get notified when we post new videos. We have lots of upcoming trips and excitement for the rest of 2025 and going into 2026. So if you don't want to miss out, make sure you subscribe, or you can always follow us on Instagram or Facebook at @Explore. And thank you again so much for watching today, and I hope to catch you guys in the next one.